Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum guys. Today we are going to discuss about policy analysis. First of all, what is analysis? A systematic examination and evaluation of data or information by breaking it into its component parts to uncover their interrelationships. It's called analysis. Then comes policy analysis. Policy analysis is determining which of various policies will be the most achieve a given set of goals in the light of the relations between the policies and the goals. Then policy analysis principle includes learn to focus quickly on the central decision criterion of the problem, think about the type of the policy actions that can be taken, learn to deal with uncertainty, make the analysis simple and transparent, check the facts, give the client analysis, not decision, push the boundaries of analysis beyond the policy envelope, be aware that there is no such thing as an absolutely correct, rational, and complete analysis. Policy analysis process includes several steps, number one of which is verify, define, and detail the problem, establish evaluation criteria, number three, identify alternative policies, number four, evaluate alternative policies, number five, display and distinguish among alternative policies, then monitor the implemented policy, and then it can again move back to the step one. Steps of policy analysis based on ideas and approach followed by Carl V. Patton, and the steps of the policy analysis are as followed. Verify, define, and detail the problem, establish evaluation criteria, identify alternative policies, evaluate alternative policies, display and distinguish among alternative policies, monitoring the implemented policy. Then verify, define, and detail the problem, the most relevant and important of them all, because many times the objectives are not clear or even contradictory from each other. A successful policy analysis will have allocated and identified clearly the problem to be resolved in the following steps. This is the foundation for an efficient and effective outcome of the whole process. The analysis must question both the interested parties involved as well as their agendas of the outcome, locating the problem in such a way that eliminates any ambiguity for future references. Number two, establish evaluation criteria. In order to compare, measure, and select among alternatives, relevant evaluation criteria must be established. In this step, it must be considered cost, net benefit, effectiveness, efficiency, equity, administrative ease, legality, and political acceptability. Number three, identify alternative policies. In order to reach this third step, the other two must have been successfully reached and completed. As it can be seen, the policy analysis involves an incrementalist approach, reaching one step in order to go on to the next. In this third step, understanding what is sought is very important. In order to generate alternatives, it becomes important to have a clear understanding on the problem and how to go about it. Possible alternatives include the do-nothing approach and any other that can benefit the outcome solution. Number four, identify alternative policies. Combining alternative generates better solution not thought of before. Relying on past experiences from other groups or policy analysis helps to create a more thorough analysis and understanding. It is important to avoid settling prematurely on a certain number of options in this step. Many options must be considered before settling into a reduced number of alternatives. Evaluate alternative policies. Packaging of alternatives into strategies is the next step in accomplishing a thorough policy analysis. It becomes necessary to evaluate how each possible alternative benefits the criteria previously established. Additional data needs to be collected in analyzing the different levels of influence, the economical, political, and social dimensions of the problem. Evaluate alternative policies. These dimensions are analyzed through quantitative and qualitative analysis. That is the benefit and cost per alternative. Political questions in attaining the goals are analyzed as to see whether these satisfy the interested parties of the policy analysis. Number 5, display and distinguish among alternative policies. The results of the evaluation of possible alternatives list the degree to which criteria are met in each of them. In making the comparison and distinction of each alternative, it is necessary to play out the economic, political, legal, and administrative ramification of each option. Political analysis is a major factor of decision of distinction among the choices, display the positive effects and negative effect entrusted in implementing the policy. Number 6, monitoring the implemented policy. Sure continuity determine whether they are having impact. Even after a policy has been implemented, there may be some doubt whether the problem was resolved appropriately and even whether the selected policy is being implemented properly. This concern requires that policies and programs be maintained and monitored during implementation to ensure that they do not change for unintentionally, by chance, or by mistake to measure the impact that they are having to determine. Thank you.